Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and here is the full and final flip through for my bullet journal of the year 2025. So let's see what worked and what did not work out for me and what I would carry forward to the next year. So, starting off with the title page. This was something I really liked, and especially the quote, "Every day brings new choices" by Martha Beck, and all the quotes that I've added in the whole journal really worked out perfectly for me. The title page for 2025 is neat. I like it, and I think this is something I would carry forward, like keep it minimal and stylish. So, this thing was really good as well. It helped me keep all the calendars throughout the year, and this was nice. And same goes for this last page that I had stuck with the sticky notes which I used throughout the year. Now, coming to the calendar for 2025, this was my favorite. I absolutely loved it, and yes, this is something I might carry forward in my future journals. Now, coming to important dates and future log. This was useful. This page was really useful because I've added so many important things that I had throughout the year, like the holidays, like birthdays, and even my wedding and everything. So, this worked out for me. This is something I should keep. Now, coming to goals for 2025. So, of course, none of these things worked out. I could not read still, and the only thing I did was give all the videos on social media for, like, on YouTube for all the bullet journals of the whole year. That's the only thing I got done, and rest of the things I could not do anything. But I did start again with my novel. I did start writing it again, but it did not go anywhere. Well, I think I will reuse this whole setup in this journal itself because there's a lot of space left, and I would rather not waste it and just, write other things over here, like more books that I want to read. And like once things are done, I would just take them off. Start my small business. That is something I did somewhat, but not completely. Well, looking back, it wasn't completely bad. Some things worked out, some did not, and I wish I could do them in 2026. I'm really looking forward to it. Uh, until then, I'm really reusing these pages on this journal itself. Yes. Now, the first one, January. Don't Go Through Life, Grow Through Life by Eric Butterworth. So, perfect for January and like the beginning of the month. And this is something, the quote was really perfect. So, in January, I did use the whole setup properly enough. Like, I've written in all the sections and have added the notes as well. It was working out, but there weren't enough things. Even if I've repeated the quotes in my previous videos, I think I will repeat them again because they really resonate well with everything. So, yeah. Now it's February. So, as you can see, I did not write anything over here in the notes, and things have reduced in February. Anyway, the quote says, "The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge," by Bertrand Russell. So I think this was good for February. Some things I have written, and I've missed out a lot of boxes in February. So this is when I started realizing that this setup might not work out for me in the future journals. Again, now coming to March, the quote says, "Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself," by George Bernard Shaw. Very nice. And again, a lot of boxes are completely empty, and the only things I've written is like office, everything related to office. So I think the only thing I've written throughout my journal was mostly office. And so daily spreads as such is the thing that is not working out for me, and that is something I would really like to completely change and bring out something else in the next year. Now, coming to April, the quote says, the true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life by William Morris. And yes, that was a good mid year sort of quote. It's almost going towards the middle of the year. So, again, the only things I've written is about office. Lol. I think the only thing was my own birthday party that I wrote like twice, but that was not really something necessary. So, yeah. Now, coming to May. Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there by Bo Jackson. And I really like this goal because it was almost the mid of year, and it's like, you should just follow your dreams. So, yes, yet again, the only things I've written is about the office, and that was so boring. I took so much time creating this setup. The setup is really good for someone who needs a daily planner in their life, but it's not something that works for me because I do not really need a daily planner because I know what my daily routine is pretty much. So, if I have to write something down that is just the specific things like someone's birthday or certain events, but nothing like things that I have to do on a daily basis. So I think daily spread is something that won't work for me. So I will have to change this, and I'll have to come up with something else for the new year. Now, coming to June, exactly middle of the year. So, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence by Helen Keller. I think this is really perfect for mid year crisis. Okay, the spread goes on with just office. Oh my god, this is really painstaking at this point. Now, coming to July, it says, in order to succeed, we must first believe that we can, by Nikos Kazantzakis. I hope I'm spelling that correctly. I think I said that in my previous video as well. Um, I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. Anyway, again, good enough quote for mid-year crisis and to keep going on and try surviving the year ahead, because for most of us, new year or any year is not really something that we can look up to or get something specific done in our lives, but just surviving the whole year. And that is pretty much what happened with me this year. Yeah, so again, just office and everything. But anyway, I did enjoy making all these spreads, but I feel really sad that I could not use them properly enough. They were really perfect, like really minimalistic and still aesthetic at the same time. So I wish like someone else who needed uh, a daily planner would have been really happy with this one. It's just not me, but I really enjoyed making this. Now, moving ahead from the middle of the year towards the end. So, okay, August. To live is like to love. All reason is against it, and all healthy instinct for it. Again, good enough to motivate you throughout the end of the year, like moving towards the end of the year. I did join my belly dance class. Yeah, that was a good enough achievement. There were certain events in August, and that was good. But this is again not something that a notebook is needed for me. I post about these things on my Facebook only, and like the pictures are there on my mobile, so the memories are there, and I don't think a journal is necessary for that. So again, it's not something that's very useful for me with a daily spread. And even in most of these cases, like, I had to write these things later on because there was nothing else happening, so I just went on later and wrote about the things I did, like, which was obvious that pretty much most of the days I had office. So what I figured is that a bullet journal spread is not monthly spread is not exactly that would work for me. So I need something else that would work. So I think that is something I will discover the next year. Now, coming to September, this was my most favorite spread. I think I did mention that previously in the September uh, setup. So, this says when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor, by Elon Musk. And that was the quote I absolutely needed this month because I resigned from the previous job, which was taking a toll on my health and mental health overall. And without any future plans or anything, I just left the job. But fortunately, I did find my dream job in the next month. And I think this is one of the best achievements of my year. Yes, because like, it takes a lot of guts to leave a good enough job. I mean, good enough in terms of society, but not not good enough in your own terms, which is what happened with me. That was not the job that I wanted. I just had to take it for monetary problems and, like, you know for societal conditioning. So yeah, I finally took the courage to leave that job and move on. And I think that was exactly what this quote motivated me as well. It Yes, leaving the job was important. Not even finding a new one, but leaving the job was important for me. So yes. And September was the month with Durga Pujo, the best. I think this is one of the most convenient setups, even with notes on top and daily spread below. It's good for someone who's looking for a daily planner like this. Finally, it's October. So, find ecstasy in life, the mere sense of living is joy enough. Emily Dickinson. Again, very much resonating with my present state back then. I mean, it's really important to enjoy life, and it doesn't always have to be a fancy job, or, like, you know all those monetary things may not always be the thing that gives you joy. So the later job that I joined in October is literally my dream job. It's not the typical desk job. It is uh, an art gallery where I have to do some official work, but the job is overall really interesting. Plus, it's very fulfilling as well. The timing is very convenient too, and it's near my house. Like, it's literally walking distance. So in all aspects, it is literally my dream job. But the only thing is, the salary isn't as high as my previous job. But I think sometimes you really have to compromise with the monetary aspect to understand the true essence of life. Of course, I'm not saying money is not important. It's literally the most important thing while we are living in this capitalistic world. But sometimes certain things are much more valuable than money, like your time and health. And I think that is what I'm getting in this job. So yes, and I'm having enough enjoyment as well. So though I have written only going to office, lol. Yeah, so Kali Puja was there, Diwali was here, and that's pretty much October. Finally, almost the end, that is November. That says if you fell down yesterday, stand up today by H.G. Wells. And I think it's pretty much the best thing that we can think about towards the end of the year, because with so many failures throughout the year, there is always a new year coming up, and there's always a new day coming up, and it's never too late to stand up again and do something that is worth your time, energy, and peace. Yes. So November was the month that we got married, and I was really busy throughout the whole month. But it was enjoyable. Yes, I really enjoyed our wedding. Finally, December. This is another one of my most favorite spreads. I think it's even better than September. And of course, December is one of my favorite months because it's the last month of the year. I think everything falls into place, and it's like the best month for contemplation and, that sort of things. Like, you can think about the whole year, do some self reflection, and think about what you can do ahead. And it's a hope that the end is the new beginning. So, yes, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream by Les Brown. Of course, with the new year coming, we can all think about doing something better with our lives. And even if it's just surviving, even if it's just getting up from your bed and moving on with the day, that is more than enough in this world. And I think we should give ourselves enough credit to be able to do that. For a lot of people, it's even difficult to get out of the bed. So I think we should get enough, we should like validate ourselves enough for even doing that, even surviving the whole year and still keeping hope for the next year. So the stickers were really pretty in this one, and I really love the spread. Anyway, again, there isn't much things that I've written over here. So in the 31st December, I've written last day of 2025. I think it's uh, the last day of every year is quite special for me. I mean, I enjoy the end of the year more than the new year itself. So for me, 31st December is much more closer to my heart than 1st January. So I have written that specifically. And so that's the final thing. I haven't added anything after this spread. So this is the whole year. I think the whole year in my life personally was a roller coaster. I think that's the best thing, and I think a lot of people say this about their lives as well. So of course it was a roller coaster. There were many good things that happened this year. I totally appreciate that, and I'm grateful for all those things, which includes like joining dance classes and getting married, getting my dream job, and even like taking part in a photography exhibition. Like, these were really the highlights of the year. So I enjoyed, but there were many other family issues and like other mental problems and a lot of things that I had to go through this year, but I still made it. And I think the biggest achievement is that I have survived the year. I think it's far greater achievement than getting a new job or getting married or something like that. I think it's the biggest achievement is that I've made it this far, and I think this is one of the best achievements for a lot of people out there who have made it this far in this cruel world. I'm literally saying this, in this cruel world, if we are even alive, I think that is a big enough achievement, and I think, as I said, we should validate ourselves for that. So that's it, guys. I will come up soon with a new video. And as I said, a lot of things that I need to change, and I think I'll make it even more minimal the next year. So, we'll see you soon. And one more interesting thing is that my friend has commented on one of the setup videos that she wants a journal like this. So at first I thought that was not really possible, but then I figured that if I talk with her and understand what she needs in a journal, and I can make her something like this. So I'm working on that, and I'll upload the video soon. Till then, I'm glad that everyone is here. And if you've made it this far in my video, please make it far enough in your life as well. So that's it. And wish you a happy new year in advance.